It was a quiet Sunday afternoon, the kind where the world feels unhurried and ordinary. Golden sunlight streamed through the windows, warming the living room. My wife, Sarah, sat comfortably on the couch thumbing through a magazine, while I sank into the armchair, savoring the stillness. Then the phone rang. The sharp sound cut through the calm, jolting me. I glanced at the screen, an unfamiliar number. For a moment, I hesitated. Then, almost without thinking, I answered. "Hello." My voice trembled slightly. "Is this Mark?" A woman's voice came through, steady, but carrying a weight of tension beneath the surface. "Yes, this is Mark." "Who's speaking?" My gut already told me something was wrong. "This is Jennifer." "There's something you need to hear," she replied before falling silent. Seconds dragged on like hours as I waited, my chest tightening with unease. I had no idea how much this single phone call would unravel. What she was about to reveal would tear apart the very foundation of my marriage, a betrayal I never imagined possible. Sarah wasn't just my wife. She was my everything. For over 5 years, I had trusted her with my soul, building a life and a future together. But that trust was about to collapse in one devastating blow. Jennifer's voice returned, this time unsteady, as if guilt pressed against every word. "Mark, I don't know how else to say this, but I've been involved with your wife. I didn't want to be part of this anymore, and I can't keep it hidden from you." The blood drained from my face. My hand shook around the phone, my heart hammering against my ribs. Across the room, Sarah lifted her eyes from her magazine, studying me curiously, oblivious to the storm crashing inside me. "What do you mean, involved?" I managed to whisper. Jennifer hesitated before speaking again. "Sarah has been seeing my husband. It's been going on for 6 months. I thought you needed to know." Her words struck like a physical blow. My breath caught as reality sank in. The woman I loved, the woman I believed in without question, had betrayed me in the cruelest way. I turned toward Sarah. She sat calmly, her face unreadable, refusing to meet my gaze. "Who was that, Mark?" she asked softly, her tone casual, almost rehearsed. I swallowed hard, my voice trembling. "She says you've been sleeping with her husband for 6 months." For the first time in our marriage, I saw fear flash in Sarah's eyes. She stood slowly, her glance shifting toward the door as if weighing escape. "But there was no running from this. I never wanted you to find out this way," she said quietly. Her words felt empty, devoid of remorse. "I never meant to hurt you. It just happened. It just happened." The phrase echoed in my head, bitter and hollow. How could devastation this deep be brushed aside as if it were accidental? I wanted to rage, to demand answers, but my body felt frozen. Numbness consumed me. Then Jennifer's voice broke the silence again. "Mark, there's more. She hasn't only been with my husband. She's been with other men too. Sarah's been living a double life." My stomach twisted violently. This wasn't one affair. It was a pattern. The life we built together had been a facade, every promise tainted by lies. "Why?" My voice cracked, barely audible. Sarah's expression shifted, her voice shaking now. "I was lost. I didn't know how to tell you. I didn't know how to face what I'd done." But Jennifer wasn't finished. "She's been planning to leave you, Mark. She's been telling people she doesn't love you anymore." The room turned deathly still. I couldn't breathe. The walls seemed to close in as everything I thought was safe and real collapsed into rubble. My marriage, my trust, my future. None of it had been what I believed. I stared at Sarah, my mind racing, my chest hollow. The woman before me wasn't the person I thought I had married. I whispered a thank you to Jennifer, then ended the call. But the silence that followed was heavier than anything I had ever felt. My world was gone, and I stood in its ruins, unsure of what to do next. What would you have done if you were me? Could you ever open your heart to trust again after such betrayal? Share your thoughts below. And if you want to hear more stories like this, stay tuned. There's much more to come.